What up, what up, what up? It's your favorite shit-talking squirrel, back for another YouTube video. So we're going to take a look at a rather contemptuous litigant today. This guy cracks me up. Totally gets what he has coming, too. It's pretty funny. Yeah, should be a lot of fun. We're trying out some new stuff. Just seems like none of you guys care, unless it's about Daryl Brooks. And, yeah, I don't really have much else to say about Brooks until the new trial comes out. So, I guess I'm just going to make content that I like to make and have fun making, and whether it gets views or not, I'm not going to worry about that as much. I knew there was going to be a drop off when the Brooks stuff had reached its apex, and I think we're finally there. But at least this way, I'm going to be making stuff that I like and having fun along the way. Who knows? Maybe we'll find another audience somewhere else, or just keep making content for the 12 of you that watch this. All right. So with that in mind, let's jump onto the content, shall we? Let's get this. This video is from Old Squishy Gardener's channel. I will leave a link to his channel and the original video in the description. Check them out. Thanks.
We have a Tony Orozco.
Tony Orozco, court cause number 2019-3244 and 6278. Tony Orozco, and ask on the counsel, please.
Beefy Nunez for the state, Your Honor. State is ready.
And Daniel Avelar for Tony Orozco, Judge.
Would you waive Mr. Orozco's appearance? I don't think he's present.
I don't see him, Judge.
Yeah, I didn't let him in. Becky didn't let him in.
May I move the court for a waiver of presence?
Sure, of course, of course. Jesus Armando Cepeda is just sitting there in his car. He has a view of the car, Mr. Salazar.
Oh, yeah.
He's just sitting there like showing off his car or what?
Okay, not off to a great start. The guy shows up to his court hearing and is just showing up his car and not hopping into the hearing. Okay, let's see where this goes.
There he goes. Okay, thank God he heard me. Okay, he's gone. So you waived his presence. This is a settlement conference. What are we offering at this time, Mr. Nunez?
Your Honor, I'm trying to package the deal where the burglary of habitation gets dropped down to a criminal trespass, and I'm thinking a 1244A in the state jail felony possession. I'll give them time served.
Oh, that's pretty good, Mr. Avelar. What are you thinking about?
1244A on the state jail amount?
Correct.
Right.
Then we also have a criminal mischief, and I will dismiss that criminal mischief, which stems out of the same incident as the burglary of habitation.
So the burg-hab
Becomes a reduction to a criminal trespass, right?
Correct, Your Honor. Correct.
Okay. And criminal mischief is dismissed. That sounds pretty sweet, Mr. Avelar. What do you think?
Yeah. I think we're about there, Judge. Yes.
You want another settlement conference in 30 days, but if you agree to it, just call Becky and just make it a plea?
Would you mind?
No, of course. Of course, a settlement conference in 30 more days. Very well. Thank you. You may be excused on that one. Okay. But thank you, ma'am. The next one, did you have another one, Mr. Avelar?
I think that's it, Judge. I appreciate it.
But Judge, Mr. Avelar, Tony Orozco, I just admitted Tony Orozco, he's on there, but it says connecting to audio.
So close. A mere 3 or 4 seconds longer, and Mr. Orozco would have walked away with time served on both his charges and a sweetheart 30-day grace period just to think it over. All without even showing up. Let's see how Mr. Orozco's presence in this hearing may serve to shift the scales of justice ever so slightly in his favor.
Okay, well, call Tony Orozco and tell him he doesn't have to show up. You already took care of that case.
I shall.
He's already on Zoom, Judge. Please unmute Mr. Orozco. Unmute Mr. Orozco. Oh.
Hello?
Oh, he's there, Judge.
Okay, Mr. Orozco, your attorney just took care of your case. You're a little bit late. It's 11 o'clock. The hearing was at 11 o'clock, so it's 11:20. Where were you?
Downloading all this stuff.
I'm sorry?
Downloading the app and doing all this email stuff. looking for it in the,
Good idea to download it at 10 o'clock so you would be on time, Mr. Orozco? Wouldn't that have been a great idea?
Well, yeah, it could have been an idea, but it wasn't on my agenda right now
It's what?
until 11 o'clock. It wasn't on my agenda at 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock.
Okay. Well, it better be your agenda. The next time you're late, you're going to jail, Mr. Orozco. Do you understand? So you better make your agenda. You better make your agenda to show up on time for court.
Well, I am showing up on time to court, not in Zoom.
Mr. Orozco.
On my other court.
Mr. Orozco. It's yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am.
You're gonna do 3 days.
Sorry?
You're doing 3 days in jail, Mr. Orozco. 3 days in jail for your disrespect. I don't care where the heck you are. You're gonna disrespect me. You're gonna respect this system. You're going to jail for 3 days right now. Maybe that'll change your attitude a little bit, Mr. Orozco.
Attitude? I don't have an attitude.
Okay, sir. Think about it in jail. Mr. Castañeda, he's going to jail too. He has to turn himself in tomorrow, 8 o'clock in the morning for this disrespect.
Bye. Have a great time.
Yes, Judge.
8
No,
o'clock,
ma'am.
3 days.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Sorry.
Sweetheart. You seem to be confused. This is not an option. You'll get there eventually, dude. Oh, God. Jackass.
Mr. Orozco, I don't think you understood what
No.
happened.
I'm just saying, I haven't even in my court. I'm sorry. I'm just what?
It's 6
Okay,
days.
she's coming on me like this. No.
6 days
You want another one?
in jail, Mr. Castañeda. You want to keep talking, Mr. Orozco, to make it longer?
Are you through?
Mr. Orozco, we got you a fantastic deal. I think there should be a certain level of respect right now, okay? With the court. She's not having it right now. I think he's off, Judge.
Wow, he left. He left. He's getting 6 days, Mr. Avelado.
But he's still on, Judge. He's still on. I think he's having issues with his internet, but he's still on.
Oh, okay. Mr. Orozco, can you hear me now, sir? Okay. Becky, do you know how to remove them?
Now
Yeah.
he's gone.
Becky, okay. Yeah. Okay, Mr. Avelado, it's gonna be 6 days in jail. I'm so sorry.
No. I try to diffuse it.
You did. These people just have this major attitude. It's just crazy. Okay, Mr. Avelado, thank you, sir. Be safe out there. Have a wonderful
You do the
day.
same.
Nice to see you.
Nice to see you, Your Honor. Appreciate it.
George Melendez. I'm telling you, people think they can give me and disrespect me and give me crap because we're on Zoom. No way. No way. And Mr. Castañeda, you let me know tomorrow. What time did I give him tomorrow at noon?
8 o'clock, Judge.
8 o'clock in the morning. If you call me at 8:30, sir, by 8:30, he's not in. We issue out a bench warrant.
Yes, Judge.
Okay, the next one, and he's not going to show up, I guarantee you.
I've got you for the rest of your natural born life.
This woman did over and above and beyond what I thought she was going to do, which was turn herself in, get the device, do all of that like in 2 seconds, which she should have done in the first place.
Right.
But
Right.
anyway,
Tomorrow we're gonna have a case where somebody just completely went like this to you. You'll hear it tomorrow.
Oh my.
You'll hear it tomorrow. You're gonna hear it
Those, they threw the finger to the court
like
stories.
this. Right.
I'm
That
not
one's gonna
gonna-
be fun tomorrow, Your Honor.
Thank you for the warning, Mr. Avelado.
Right. Yes, ma'am.
Court calls number 2019-3244 and 6278, Tony Orozco. Announcement of council, please.
David Nunez for the state, Your Honor. State is ready.
And Daniel Avalar for Mr. Orozco, Judge.
Mr. Avelado, he has an active warrant is what my docket said. You know
I
that?
saw that. I saw that, Your Honor.
Okay, he's got an active warrant, so I guess, did you talk to him recently? Have you talked to him?
I do. I filed a motion to cut me loose, Your Honor.
Oh, wow. This guy doesn't even want to be his lawyer anymore. So just to recap, this guy went from getting his charges dismissed in 30 days to think about it to having a warrant out for 6 days in jail for contempt. And this guy doesn't even want to be his lawyer anymore. man, if any, just a lesson in life, just sometimes just better to keep your mouth shut. If he hadn't shown up at all, he'd be done. For real.
This is the case, Judge, where we had court last month sometime. He was tardy.
Shirtless?
You guys got into it.
Was this
And
the
then-
shirtless guy, the guy without the shirt?
No, Your Honor.
No,
You
Judge,
gave-
no, he's not the one.
You gave him a 6-day commitment, and he said straight up, "I'm not gonna do that."
Oh, I remember.
Straight up, I'm not gonna turn myself in.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
I remember that.
I called him after that. I said, "Hey, listen, just take care of it. Do what you got to do."
Yeah, like you did with Ms. Martinez, and I appreciate that.
Right. He gave me the same answer. I'm not gonna do it.
Okay.
I thought he would eventually come around. He hasn't. We made contact with him yesterday or this morning.
Okay.
Please show up to court. He hasn't. I'm asking this court, maybe we can set it for a hearing on withdrawal.
Okay, let's do that.
I think our communication has broken down.
It has deteriorated. I think so too. Okay, and this man needs a little bit of jail therapy, I think. Okay, set this up for a motion to withdraw, whenever we can, Becky, next week on a Thursday or Wednesday next week or the following week. I mean, if he gets arrested, okay.
Okay.
Go ahead and file your motion on that, Mr. Avelar. Thank you, sir. Did you have another one, Mr. Avelar?
I don't, Your Honor.
The next one is Tony Orozco. This is on a motion to withdraw. Do we need to get on the record on this one? Mr. Avelar?
Please, Your Honor.
Okay, at this time.
Please, Your Honor.
Okay, sir. 2019, 3244 and 6278, Tony Orozco. Announcement of council, please.
David Nunez for the state, Your Honor. State is ready.
And Daniel Avelar for Tony Orozco, Judge.
Okay,
Who
Mr.
I think I see on.
Oh, you do see him? Mr.
I
Orozco?
think he's present.
are
Yeah,
you there?
yes, I see.
Yeah, he's on mute.
Yeah, there he is. Mr. Orozco, can you talk to me, sir? Mr. Orozco?
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Orozco, how are you today?
Yes. Fine.
I'm sorry?
And yourself?
I'm
I
good.
said, finding yourself?
I'm good. Was this the shirtless guy from previous? He doesn't have a shirt on. Why don't you have a shirt on, Mr.
I'm
Orozco?
sorry?
Why don't you have a shirt on?
Because I'm getting dressed for right now for work in the middle of this. I just got getting dressed.
Would you show up like that in court, sir? To court?
I'm sorry?
Would you show up the way?
No, it wouldn't be on my phone if I showed up in court. And my name just came up right now, so I was getting dressed for work. I'm sorry.
Where do you work, sir?
Huh? I work at a gas station, Valero's.
Okay, sir, I want you to shut your screen. I want you to put a shirt on and come back.
Mhm.
I'm not gonna handle you shirtless. Shut your screen. Okay. Okay, you had another one?
I do, Judge.
We are back with Mr. Tony Orozco. Court calls cause number 2019-3244, 2019-6278. Announcement of council, please.
David Nunez for the state, Your Honor. State is ready.
And Daniel Avelar for Roberto. Oh, I'm sorry, Judge. I apologize.
For Tony Orozco.
For Tony Orozco. Yes, ma'am.
Very good. Mr. Orozco, are you there, sir?
Yes, I am.
Okay, sir. Mr. Orozco, do you see and recognize your attorney? Mr. Orozco, are you there?
Yes, right here.
Okay, sir. Do you see and recognize? Why do you keep looking back, Mr. Orozco? You do this all the time. You've done this 4 times already. Who are you looking back at?
Nobody.
Okay, you keep looking back.
Nobody.
Okay. Mr. Orozco, do you see and recognize your attorney, Mr. Avelar?
Yes.
And Mr. Avelar, do you see and recognize Mr. Orozco as the defendant in this case?
I do, Your Honor. Yes, ma'am.
The record reflect that both have identified each other. Okay. You want a motion to, was just the one that you wanted to withdraw, but then you withdrew your withdrawal and now we're back again for another withdrawal?
No, it's
Somebody else. Okay.
somebody else.
Okay. So you want to withdraw or Mr. Orozco wants you to withdraw, Mr. Avelar?
It's on our end. I don't know that Mr. Orozco wants me to necessarily withdraw, but the council needs a withdrawal on this case. If the court should
Okay.
be gracious enough to grant
If
it.
I allow you to withdraw, how much time do you need to get another attorney?
He's a court-appointed attorney, so I'm not sure.
Oh, he's court appointed?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
I believe I'm his second lawyer.
Who was his first?
I don't recall, Judge.
I can't remember either.
Because I know when I met him in the courtroom,
Defender, Your
that
Honor.
had come up.
Let me check, Judge, real quick. Oh, well, not
I believe it was Mr. Rene Vasquez, Judge.
Okay.
Orozco.
What kind of bond does he have on a PR bond, Miss Chacon? Is it my bond?
I'm checking that right now.
Judge, he does have a warrant.
Yes, there is a warrant. Let's see.
Yeah, here it is. Let me.
This is the one, Judge, that Mr. Avelar had gotten a good rec for him, and then he came in at the end, and you admonished him, and then he has a warrant, and he hasn't turned himself in.
A
And
warrant
then
for,
when he went to PR bond, they told him that he needed to turn himself in, and he said he wasn't going to.
oh,
So, Judge, does the court want me to remind her?
yes, please.
We had court, I don't know, a month and a half ago or so, Judge. And at that time, Judge, I believe Mr. Orozco was late. And so, he had apologized and, one thing or another, Judge. And then the court believed that Mr. Orozco was being less than forthright and quite rude. The court then ordered Mr. Orozco to turn himself in as a commitment. I believe it was a 6-day commitment or a 3-day commitment, something like that, Judge. Mr. Orozco refused. We then had a private conversation after that. And without getting into privilege,
Right.
one of the things I had said was, you need to follow the court's order. Let me know that he wasn't gonna do that.
Okay.
And we had a subsequent conversation because the warrant was still active.
Mhm.
And here we are.
Okay, okay. And Mr. Orozco continues to show attitude and disrespect to this court. Mr. Orozco, I don't want you to be late for work. What time do you have to be? Where do you work?
It's okay. I'm already late as it is. It's fine.
Where is it that you work, sir?
Instead of Valero's gas station on the west side.
Okay, sir. Which Valero's on the west side?
On right there on Mesa Festival.
Okay. Okay, sir. Sir, I'm gonna ask you to turn yourself in again.
And I'm sorry, I have a job. I have responsibilities out here.
Okay.
I mean, I know it's easy for you to ask me to do that, but it's not easy for me to do that.
Okay, sir. Okay. We'll have to have you arrested, sir. The bench warrant is out there. I just need to tell you, the bench warrant is out there. You'll be arrested sooner or later. That's all I can
Okay.
do. Mr. Avelar, I'll
And
go
Judge-
ahead and allow your.
This bench warrant is for no reason. I haven't done nothing. You gave it to me because you said I had an attitude.
Okay.
I mean, there's no part of probation violation or anything. This is your personal problem.
Homie, the only person with a personal problem here is you. And that personal problem is a 6-day bench warrant for getting saucy with a fucking judge. Oh my god, the ego on this cretin. The sad part is, if he could just swallow his pride, eat crow, and just apologize, like just stand up in the court and say to Judge Rangel, I was a pissy little bitch last time, and I apologize, I would not be entirely shocked if she just, like, let it go. Worst case, she'd probably make him, like, serve a day and then pull him back out. But he won't do that. You know, his pride won't let him wear pie on his face long enough to get out of his own damn way. And now he's going to get arrested at that gas station he just admitted onto the record that he works at. Ugh.
It's your personal problem that I have to go to jail. Not because of anything. I didn't do anything.
Okay, I have personal problems. Okay.
Yes.
You want to submit the please?
I will.
Okay, very good.
Or actually, I believe the court has the order already, Judge.
The order to withdraw?
Yes.
Ms. Becky, do I have it?
We have received the motion to withdraw, Judge.
You have the order?
And yes, we have the order, but it hasn't been signed, obviously.
It's been signed, but is it filed, not signed?
It's filed.
I don't want to, I can't unfile it. We need one, Ms. Becky. Can you send it to Ms. Becky again, Mr. Avelar, in case Becky didn't get it, please?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
It'll right within the next.
Okay, Mr. Orozco, it's not going to go very well for you. All I can say is you need to turn yourself in, sir. That's all. It's not
Okay.
going to go well for you, sir.
I'm sorry?
It's not going to go well for you if you don't turn yourself in, sir. That's all I
Well, I mean,
okay.
that's fine. Then that's fine. I mean, I don't know what to tell you because it's just like I said, this is a personal reason. You gave me time in jail.
Thank you. You may be excused.
And I didn't do nothing else.
Have a great day, sir. Thank you. You may be
You
excused.
do the same.
Okay. Mr. Avelar, thank you so much. Please do that so you can get off the case, okay?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, Your Honor. Appreciate it.
I don't know who you are. I don't know what you want. I will look for you. I will find you. And I will kill you.
Good luck.
Annex, are you with us?
Yes, Your Honor.
Very well. Good morning. Thank you. Thank you for being here with us. It is 8 a.m. 7/2/2021. Tony Orozco. At this time, court calls cause numbers 2019-78 and 3244. The state of Texas versus Tony Orozco. Announce on the council, please.
Josh Avila for the state, Your Honor. State ready?
Robin Norris for Mr. Orozco. I'm ready, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Orozco, good morning. Mr. Orozco, do you recognize your attorney, Mr. Norris?
Yes, I do.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
And Mr. Norris, do you recognize your client as a defendant in this case?
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
Very well. Let the record reflect that both have identified each other. Go ahead, Mr. Norris. You may begin. This is a bond hearing.
Well, let me first start by saying, as the court knows, we've had some off-the-record discussions with me and opposing counsel in the court about this issue, which is a little more complicated than my ordinary bond issues. And as the court knows, I take a different view of things somewhat than others, and then the court has, both in this case and in other cases. Just to recap, back on August the 25th in 2020, Mr. Orozco was in court with his prior defense attorney, who has since withdrawn, in fact, appears to have withdrawn as a result of Mr. Orozco's behavior in court at the time, at which time he was disrespectful to the court, and the court sentenced him to first 3 and then later 6 days in jail for contempt. Mr. Orozco did not surrender himself and was at large until May, I think, of this year, when he was arrested on a subsequent offense, and the outstanding capias for his arrest as a result of the court's apparent contempt order or subsequent revocation of his PR bond was executed at the time of his rearrest on a new offense.
What was the new offense, Mr. Norris?
The new offense was a possession of controlled substance. It has still not been indicted, I think. I may be wrong. I haven't checked recently.
It
Last
hasn't.
time it was a P file still. The day after the court held him to be in contempt, the very next day, a notice of violation of PR bond conditions was filed with the court and an affidavit. That affidavit assigned as a violation of his PR bond conditions only that he had failed to report on the 25th, the very day he was in court and misbehaving. Since that time, I don't see any other violation notices or affidavits filed with the court.
Doesn't the affidavit state that he would report a day or two late? Because that's
No.
what I recall was the reason for the revocation of the PR bond.
Yeah.
The PR bond summary stated that while he reported, he always consistently reported a day or two late. The affidavit doesn't state that, Mr. Norris?
No, it does not. And I believe the court will recall that that matter came up later during our email thread conversation in which his PR bond officer did mention that later. That's never been cited by her or anyone else at the PR bond office as a basis to seek a revocation of his PR bond.
Sam, can you send me the PR bond affidavit right now, please? Email it to me. Because I recall that was the reason why I revoked his PR bond.
Yes, I think that must be a mistake, Your Honor. I'm looking at the personal bond violation affidavit filed on August the 26th of 2020. But I want to say I don't consider that in any case to be the kind of violation of his PR bond, considering his otherwise, perfect compliance with drug testing to be a sufficient reason for a revocation of his bond. Many of my clients have reported to me that they have difficulty reporting. Sometimes they just forget. Sometimes they're working. Sometimes they're busy. It's not really an excuse, but it also isn't really an indication of a likely failure to appear in court as required, which is what I want to emphasize. I know the court and I have differences of opinion about this, and these are honest differences, I recognize, but I always feel as though I'm obliged to remind the court that the purpose of a bail bond is only to secure the appearance of the defendant at trial. The court is authorized to consider the safety of the community, but only insofar as it may be relevant to the question whether the defendant is likely or not to appear at trial and whether the bond is sufficient to secure his appearance. Mr. Orozco is substantially in compliance, even if he was a day late making a report now and then. And so I accept the fact that that might have been the basis for the PR bond office to file a violation affidavit, but they never did. And they certainly didn't on August the 25th. So I mention that only because my purpose in my motion for a bond hearing was to have the court simply to reinstate his bond and to treat his disrespect to the court on that date as being a matter to be addressed through the court's contempt power, not through the revocation of his bond. I can tell the court a few things about Mr. Orozco that would help, I think, to reassure that he is not a flight risk, that he will be in court as required, as he always has been in the past. He's never posed a flight risk. He has been effectively a lifelong resident of El Paso, graduated from Burgess High School, has been employed continuously for 15 years until his most recent arrest as a bartender, expects that he can be re-employed as a bartender when he is again released. He has strong family support and a permanent residence here. And as I say, is no kind of a flight risk and has really, I believe, not been in non-compliance with the conditions of his personal bond. It's certainly not in any non-compliance that would remotely suggest, that he wouldn't appear in court as required. The court need not worry about that.
The affidavit that you're referring to that I signed, were made the basis of a warrant. I mean, the affidavit was dated August 25th. It says that he was scheduled to report on 8/25/2020.
Yes, Your Honor.
Did not report.
He was in court. That was the date the court held him in contempt.
But he has to, just because he's in court doesn't mean.
I understand, Your Honor, and technically that could be regarded as non-compliance with the PR bond. And I've acknowledged also that late reporting is also technically a violation of it. But I'm urging the court to see that that's not the kind of violation that suggests that there is any concern about his failure to appear at any time. He's not a flight risk, and he's not.
Well, he was scheduled to. He was asked to report on 8/25/2020, and he did not report. Is that correct?
Apparently, he did not, but he was in court on that date. That's the date he was held in contempt.
I heard you. I want to ask Ms. Williams. Ms. Williams, according to your notes, and was he supposed to report on 8/25/2020, and did he report?
Was supposed to report August 25th, and he did not. Even on August 24th, Stephanie Flores, his officer, called him to remind him of court and asked him to call her back. He did not. And even on the 26th, the day after, Stephanie made contact with him, but because she called him, not because he reported on his own. She reached out to him because of what had happened in court, making sure he was aware about the commitment that the court had implemented.
Okay. So those are technically violations.
Yes, of course they are, Your Honor. My point is only that they are not violations of such a nature as would justify the revocation of the bond of somebody who is otherwise fully in compliance with his conditions and presents no flight risk whatsoever. Bearing in mind again that the purpose of a bail bond is only to secure the defendant's appearance in court as required, not to micromanage his life. The reporting requirement is designed to make sure that the court knows where he is on a continuous basis and can be assured that he will appear as required. And I don't believe that the court would be justified in a conclusion that his late reporting or failure to report on that particular day is any rational indication of a danger that Mr. Orozco would not appear in court as required.
Okay, that's your perspective.
Yes,
I
Your
respect
Honor.
that. I don't agree with it, but that's your perspective.
I understand. As I stated, we have a difference of opinion about these things, but it's an honest difference. I accept that. I'm just asking a little latitude for Mr. Orozco. He's been in jail now for, in a few days, it will have been a couple of months.
Oh, no. A couple of months. He was done. He was out, and now he's been in jail for a couple of months. This is like the biggest self-own I have ever seen. If this is not the definition of fuck around and find out, good God. He was gonna get off on PR. 30 days to think about it. He shows up late. Just enough time to rack up a contempt warrant and then go on the run. Oh, if he just turned himself in, he would have been out 7 weeks ago. Oh, sweet Jesus. Poor child, get help. Oh my God. This guy cannot just get out of his own damn way. Well, for once, justice was swift. Processes were due. Sweet, sweet irony. Oh, well, let this be a lesson to you kids. Don't fuck with the law. He might get away with that sass in his personal life, but that 2-minute phone call where he sauced Judge Rangel landed him 2 months in jail. Fucking idiot. Get wrecked, noob. Thank you for playing. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200.
I think he's been fairly chastened for his misbehavior, something which I don't quarrel with at all, the court's action in that regard, as the court knows. And I would beg the court's indulgence to reinstate his PR bond, give him another chance. I feel certain that Mr. Orozco will be far more fastidious in reporting precisely on the days he's required to without delay.
As you have heard in the previous bond hearing, my policy, once I give them a one free pass out, they violate, I impose a minimal surety, right? A minimal surety. You cannot break policy or procedure for you or for Mr. Orozco.
Well, a minimal surety in the alternative is what I would look for.
Right.
Currently, the court has his bond set at 100,000.
Right.
That's
Mr.
a bit
Avila,
above minimal.
what's your perspective in this case, Mr. Avila?
Judge, so as Mr. Norris indicated, we had an email chain, right?
No.
I wasn't part.
It wasn't an email chain. It was an email novel. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth.
Judge, I wasn't part of your court back in August 25th when the incident happened for him to be getting a jail commitment, but it is on YouTube, right? And we emailed back and forth as to the August 25th hearing, right? It was around the minute 17 where he appeared and he gave him a jail commitment and he said he wasn't going to turn himself in, right, Judge? However, another context that needs to be given in this case, Judge, is that, you know, the court didn't sign the PR bond revocation warrant until September the 9th, right? So he was given about 2 weeks to turn himself in. And to me, what that tells me, and Ms. Williams can tell me otherwise, is that he just failed to report. We lost him, right? And I disagree with Mr. Norris on, yes, sure, the bonds are partially set to ensure his presence, right? But also to ensure that he's reporting and to ensure that he doesn't abscond, which is what happened in this case, right, Judge?
Well,
He absconded since September.
Don't interrupt him. He didn't interrupt you.
He absconded from September of 2020 all the way up till May when he got arrested, Judge. Now, Mr. Norris did make a statement that he was apparently reporting, but he was constantly being told to turn himself in, which he didn't. Now, I do want Ms. Williams, if Ms. Williams has any notes on that, I would love to hear as to whether or not he was still reporting, but he hadn't turned himself in, or if we just completely lost him.
Ms. Williams?
Yes, Your Honor, I do not see any notes to reflect that Mr. Orozco reported. After the last day that we had contact with him, or at least attempted contact, was May 11th. After that, I don't have any notes.
May 11th of what?
Of 2021, I apologize.
No, but Mr. Avila's asking, after the bench warrant September that I signed in 2020, did he report to the PR bond office?
It looks like he was reporting in September, October, no. Yes, December. So he did continue reporting, yes.
He did continue to report in spite of the fact of the bench warrant being.
So he was reporting every month?
Ms. Williams?
Yes, Your Honor, I see here he did report multiple times. Let me see. I have September 16th, September 24th, October 2nd, October 14th, November 4th, November 20th, December 10th. Yes.
Right. So he reported up until his arrest, May or June, or when did he get arrested?
May.
Okay. So he reported every month until May, Ms. Williams, correct?
Correct, Judge.
Okay. There's your answer, Mr.
And that's the misconception we get, right, Judge? We just see a warrant and we don't see it executed and we assume that people don't report. So in all honesty, Judge, it doesn't seem like Mr. Orozco has a problem with reporting, right? His problem is the attitude problem. And Judge, he recently picked up a new case and both of his possession charges are meth type offenses, Judge. So I do think he might have a meth use problem. In fact, in the new case, I read the affidavit a long time ago that he had those glass pipes used for smoking methamphetamine. So, Judge, I don't know if you want to address that on any bond that you're going to set.
Now let's see if he wants my help. What I'm thinking of doing is putting in a $2,500 surety. That's a minimal amount, Mr. Norris.
I agree.
$2,500 surety, and I'll reinstate the PR component. Mr. Orozco, I hope you have a different and a better attitude towards me, sir, because I want to try to help you with your meth addiction.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you want my help with the meth addiction, or you don't want my help?
Yes, ma'am. I will take your help.
I'm sorry, sir?
I said I will take your help.
Good. Okay. What do you think you need, sir? First of all, I have to commend you. I have to commend you, sir, because you continue to report and continue to report and continue to report. That spoke volumes to me, okay?
Thank you.
Well, that's good, okay? So what do you need? Do you need, can I put you maybe la liviane outpatient?
That'll be fine. I'll take that.
I don't want to keep you under a lockdown facility, but let's try Aliviane outpatient. Mr. Orozco, I'm going to tell you, sir, if that doesn't help you, let me know. Tell your attorney. I don't like this program. It's not helping me, whatever, because I want to try to help you, put you at a place where substantively it will help you.
Okay, I'm trying to keep the commentary cuts to a minimum, but I just wanted to give props to the judge here. She does not owe this man anything. In fact, given their history, she would have been totally justified in slapping this guy with just like a crazy surety bond and, telling him to good luck, have fun. But, it's very gracious of her to recognize that this dude's attitude, it may very well have been and likely was a byproduct of somebody that's struggling. So I really admired her in this moment, and I want to take a minute to point it out. I really like Rangel. She's like quickly becoming one of my favorite judges on YouTube.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, sir. So the only other term that we're going to add, because it was my PR bond, Mr. Castañeda, right?
No, Judge. So in the case ending in 6278, it was a PR bond, not your bond. And then on the 3244, I'm looking at it as having been a 2,500 cash surety, but it is showing in the system that has been revoked since June 16th.
Revoked the cash surety?
Correct.
They filed the affidavit of incarceration.
Let me just double check, Judge.
Or they surrendered it. So I have to put a bond on both cases.
I don't see an affidavit file, Judge, but I went to the bond tab and it's showing as being revoked.
Now, this is on which case?
The 3244.
And which is that? Let's see, I don't have that in front of me.
That's the possession. How did that get revoked? What did we do to revoke it?
Probably because of his rearrest, again, I would think, but.
Judge, if we can make it easier, I'll agree to a PR bond on the 344 or on the 3244. It's
Judge, and I don't know if this is an issue. I do see a pending detainer.
Yes, I saw that, Sam, and it's for JP court, right?
Yeah, I don't know what that means.
Yeah, so I saw there was a warrant, Judge, for failure to pay a fine on a Class C misdemeanor. It was an operating vehicle without registration, I think, and the JP court issued a warrant. So while we might have an agreement on the bond and he might post the bond, he might be taken to JP court to address the fine that he owes.
Well, he's not going to be able to get out of court until you clear that up, Mr. Norris, okay?
Yeah, so this is a traffic warrant, I guess.
Right.
Yes, I have a case number, Mr. Norris, if you're interested.
Well, I'm interested.
He has to be. He has to get his client out of jail.
It's let me see. So I'm pretty sure this is the way the cases are set up there, but it's 6.119 00089-TR.
Wow, that's a weird number. What court, what JP court is that out of?
It's precinct 6, place 1. That's what it says.
P6, place 1.
Okay.
Yeah, when I speak with Mr. Orozco about it, he may have some more information for me that will enable me to help resolve that.
Right, okay, sir. So then what we're gonna do in cause number 3244 pursuant to Mr. Avila's agreement, I'm gonna put him on a full 10,000 PR bond. On 6278, I'm gonna put him on a 2,500 surety, 10,000 PR component. My PR bond imposed in both cases, no bars, no drugs, no alcohol, no arrests, no offenses against the state of Texas or any other state. You cannot leave El Paso County unless and until you have my permission. Mr. Orozco, you're gonna report 1 time a month to your PR bond officer. You're gonna report 2 times monthly with 24 hours notice. I'm gonna try to give you a little bit more supervision on the UAs. These are for UAs, Mr. Orozco. So you could be called at any given day, any given moment, any given week to get a UA. So maybe that'll keep you away from drugs.
Your Honor.
Then there's gonna be a 9 to 6 a.m. curfew. He's gonna go to Aliviane for substance abuse. And again, Mr. Orozco, if that doesn't help you, let me know. Your attorney said something about a bar or bartending.
Yes, Your Honor.
I don't want you to do that, Mr. Orozco. You know what happens in bars? Sex and drugs.
Yeah, I know. I've been working it for the last 6 years. That's, I'm sorry.
That's the problem. I think we need to steer you away from a bar.
Well, may I just say something, Your Honor? It may very well be the case that Mr. Orozco can find employment elsewhere, and certainly I would encourage him to do that. But my information from him is that he has a 15-year career as a bartender, and if he has difficulty finding other employment, I might want to ask the court's permission to have him work, no bars except for his employment.
No, that's where they hang out once they get off of work. They do drugs, they drink. No, Mr. Orozco, let's try to help you. When I saw you in August, you were working at a Valero, weren't you?
Yes, because of the whole pandemic and the bar was closed. We have to shut down.
Okay. Mr. Orozco, you're a bright, employable individual. You really are. I can see that. I think you can be an asset with whichever. I have a probationer that is doing wonderful, just going up the ladders quickly with Cracker Barrel.
Yes.
With Cracker Barrel, try Cracker Barrel, go back to Valero. I want to keep you out of the bars.
Okay.
That's bad shit happens.
Okay?
So bear with me. Not that I'm never ever going to let you go back, but for right now, once we get this addiction under control and all of that, okay, I'm not doing it to punish you. I'm doing it to help you.
Yes, ma'am. I understand.
Okay, sir. Okay. What else? Did I finish with the PR bond? My PR bond, Mr. Sen?
I don't know if there's. I see that there's a burglary, Judge. I don't know if is there no contact?
Was it a girlfriend or something?
It was a friend, I believe.
Yes.
Can I put no contact with that friend, Mr. Orozco, or do you still deal with that friend?
No, I haven't. I haven't talked to him or dealt with him.
Are you okay if I put no contact with that complaining witness?
Yes, that's fine.
Okay. No contact with whatever the complaining witness's name is in that case?
Christopher Chavez.
Okay. What else? Anything else, Mr. Sam, Mr. Josh?
I believe that's it, Judge.
Great.
No, Your Honor.
Okay.
Judge,
Okay,
before I'm sorry.
What?
On the P file case, are we gonna leave that alone?
Yeah, we're gonna
Okay.
leave it alone. Mr. Orozco, where are you living? I don't know if we need to put this in, but where are you living, sir?
I live on the northeast.
Are you living with somebody or by yourself?
No, I live by myself, but I have a roommate too.
Okay. That roommate is not bad news?
Oh, no, he's a truck driver, so he's never there.
Okay, okay, so you're good with that. We're good with that. I don't
You
like the
okay?
Northeast. The
You
Northeast
mean
has,
with that, Judge?
the Northeast has a lot of drugs. I don't think so. I don't need to impose. I don't have a problem with Mr. Orozco not reporting. He even reported even with a bench warrant. So I don't want to keep track of him and the address and all of that.
Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Orozco, we started off on the wrong foot. Let's forget about it. Like I tell my daughter when she was 5 years old, we're starting from scratch. Okay, we're starting from scratch.
Appreciate it. Thank you very much.
What
Judge, if
else?
I may, we don't have future hearings on this. What would you like me to set it for?
Maybe a settlement conference. Can we work something out right now? We have 10 minutes. Can you give him a plea offer, Mr. Avila, or you're not?
Josh did just send me a chat on that, and I need to talk with him about it a little bit, and particularly because we're trying to address all of the charges. So I don't think we can really resolve anything right now. But Josh did reach out to me with a suggestion, and we're going to talk about it.
Okay, Mr. Norris, can we set it up for a settlement conference in about 3 weeks?
Yeah, I'm going to be
right,
up in Wyoming after the 29th, so you could set it up before then.
Before the 29th of July, let's set up for a settlement conference, please, Mr. Carrion. Thank you. Okay, anything else, Mr. Norris, Mr. Avila?
No, nothing from the defense, Your Honor. Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Avila?
Nothing from me, Your Honor.
Good. Okay, Mr. Orozco, thank you. Good luck to you, sir. We're not going to see you again until we're going to plea you or until your case is disposed of, right?
Thank you. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. You all may be excused. Have a great day.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Norris. You may be excused. Have a great day. Miss Williams, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate you. I understand how and why the ball was dropped, so no worries.
Yes, I apologize. Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Alright guys, well there you have it. If you like this video, before you go, if you could please just leave a like or even a comment. You know, the more engagement I can get on these non-Darrell Brooks videos to try and push the channel out there, it would be really appreciated. So beyond that, thanks so much for watching, and we will see you in the next one, okay? Alright guys, bye.